Ipswich Buses, your local bus company serving your football team. Buses run every 10 minutes. Avoid the traffic. Don't get stuck in the delay. Get Ipswich Buses today. A single £1.20, a return only £2. Find out more information at www.ipswichbuses.co.uk. Ipswich Buses, proud to partner with Talking Town. Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to this, your Friday night press conference show. I'll sort that out in a minute. I hope you are all well. The show that takes you from the week into the weekend, and I'm already on weekend mode. I'm going to be absolutely honest. I've had all the lads in the wrong show, and it only occurred to me as I was about to hit the live button when it said December the 24th or 5th or 6th or whatever the date it was. I was like, oh, hang on, that's the wrong show. So sorry for starting late, but here we are. Plenty to talk about still. We've got McKenna, further reaction. I know a few of you wanted to get on to yesterday's show but couldn't. So there will be a link for you to get involved. He will be the first topic off the board tonight. So if you do want to have your say on the manager, good, positive, bad, negative, whatever it might be, reservations or otherwise, everyone is welcome to have their say. So please do so. And obviously the live chat is there as well. Before we go any further, if you are a regular with us, you'll know what's coming. But if you're not, a huge thank you to all of our TT Fifth Stand Ultras. We are the Fifth Stand of the Football Club. I firmly believe that, a place where, regardless of your opinion, you can come, express it, and be free to have your say and not be shouted down unless Crunch is in a bad mood. And even then, I'll make sure he's on his muzzle. But without you wonderful people on this list, we couldn't do what we do. And there are other people that need to be added to the list. I know I have submitted a new list to George. Adi Croucher is one of them. Stephen Parry is another. Mr. Bingo Man himself. Great comment. If you didn't see last night's show, you missed out. Nearly 3,000 of you have watched it. So a huge thank you for that. But Stephen Parry probably came out with arguably the greatest line in a TT show I've ever heard. Just point blank, ever heard. And that includes Matt Phillips. Is embarrassing. Right, we've got Colin in the room. Welcome in, my man. Hope you're well. We have got Stephen Parry in the room. Speaking of which, Rob Smith, Didier Smith will give us a statue. Piston asleep. Kingy, good evening. Ant still has still got reservations about the managerial appointment. Appointing someone with zero experience in football management is a huge risk. Sarah, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at the Sir Alf statue. I hope you are well. Have a safe journey. Kevin Gates, looking forward to seeing you, Sarah Davis, and the rest of my Talking Town family. And you, Kev, looking forward to it. Right, let's get stuck in. I'm going to postpone the Prediction League this week just because I can't keep track of who's playing who, to be fair, who isn't and who is. So PP this week, and we'll go again next week. It's been that sort of week. It really has. Right, here he is. Matthew Phillips, how are you doing?
How are we doing? You okay?
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's the end of a long and busy week, and I had you in the wrong show. Apologies.
You've been pressing the wrong buttons again, haven't you?
I've been pressing the wrong buttons, yeah.
Been here before.
We have. But this time, you learn through experience and maturity. Yeah. I noticed before we went live. But how have you been this week? Because you've been, MIA, as they say.
Been busy today. We went and saw Santa today.
Is he
very
right?
good? Yeah, it was all good. He's ready.
Did you get my list?
Your list was there. I saw it.
Good man.
The Gov. It was all in alphabetical order. The Gov.
Oh yes.
He's put in an order for a mince pie and a carrot for the reindeers. The only issue we've got right now is I've eaten all the mince pies in the house. Harrods ones. I've eaten them all. They've all gone. So we're going to have to get some more.
From Harrods?
I'm not sure I'd give Santa the Harrods mince pie, to be honest with you. He can get by Aldi's, can't he?
Harrods. I mean, are you sure they're not just all mince pies from the same factory, and they come at the end of the list?
I don't know. We actually did like a mince pie playoff once with all like different manufacturers, and I think Tesco's won out. Someone's just called me looking like a geography teacher.
Yes, Brandon Carter. Matt looking like a geography teacher, broken up for Christmas today.
Could be in a little V-neck now.
It is. Look at you. Look, yeah. I was talking to a geography teacher the other day.
I used to like geography when it was countries, and then for some unknown reason, when we got to like the 3rd or 4th year, and people of my age will remember this, suddenly turned to arable farming. What do I know about farming for? I'm not a farmer.
No, absolutely not.
Look, we're tractor boys, right? But I wasn't into fallow fields and that.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Before I ask you about the appointment of the new manager, because I've not yet heard your take on it, let's complete the lineup. You have gone through like a revolving door of contributor dates, haven't you? You've gone through Rob Davies, he's been on. You've gone through Lewis Robertson twice. Good evening, by the way, Mrs. Robertson. I can put the Santa hat on for you if it helps, because I know she wants Christmas TV. You see, it's December, so if I have to, I will. But you're going to get him back tonight. It's back to your hard truth tag team partner. How excited are you to get back to that?
I speak to Rich all the time. I'm not that bothered, to be honest with you. He's been phoning me up. He's been on multiple shows. I feel like I've already heard what he's had to say about things this week. But he might have a little surprise for everybody right here. Am I right?
We'll see. Here he is! For fuck's sake.
Can we jingle the bells?
Very good.
Oh, don't you jingle your bells at me, son.
I tell you what, man, I don't know how women wear lipstick. Oh, my Lord. Oh.
You're actually in lipstick, are you? Oh, you are. Blimey, look at that.
You actually are.
Crikey. You just scared the kids at the grotto earlier.
Well.
Why are you dressed like that?
It's Christmas.
Making an effort.
Yeah, you have a hat on and a beard. I thought I'd go one better than you.
Yeah. It's a good effort, that. I've come... What did I come dressed as? I came dressed as a pineapple once, didn't I? All Martin does is put a little beard in a hat on.
I literally don't know what to say. I'm lost for words that you've done that to yourself, A, voluntarily, and B, just for the show.
Yeah, just for the show. Come on, you've got to laugh at yourself now and again, haven't you? Come on, don't take yourself too seriously. Not like other podcasts.
I mean, no. Be fair. I have got a Santa on the desk as well.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, I've got a Santa on the desk as well. He's going through some problems, bless him. So he's been sat on the desk all day. One of the problems is
the fact Rich was up for about 25 hours post Barrow.
This is what happens to you.
It's got to his head, isn't it?
This is what happens when you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it truly is. Sarah Davis says, "Get the Santa hat on, Gov." All right, give me a second. Just give me a moment to adjust it. While you two talk amongst yourselves, just talk about how great it's back on a Friday night shows together.
Warm in this, Matt.
Yeah, it's sweaty, is it?
Very warm. It's like them TT hoodies. They're very warm, aren't they?
Have you bought this? Have you bought this outfit especially for tonight, or is it something you've worn previously?
It was my missus, and then she was ill. She was supposed to be elf and safety at work, Matt.
Oh, right. Yeah, nice.
There you go.
Is there trousers to go with it, or are you just wearing pants or whatever?
Well,
don't go there.
Skirt. It's like a skirt, really.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, Crunch. I mean, it's great. Just you look amazing. You look absolutely $1 million.
I'm boiling. I'm worried when I drink my marvelous away day beer, Ince Pies, that I'm going to smudge me makeup, Matt.
Space Jim, come on, Matt. You're letting the side down.
Yeah, you two
standard.
You two've come all festive, and I've come dressed as a geography teacher.
This is like when your missus is going for a night out and she looks really nice, the makeup's all good, the hair's good, and then she comes home about 5 hours later looking dishevelled. This will be me at the end of the show.
You should go to the game just like that tomorrow.
You should.
You should go like that tomorrow.
You absolutely should. Dennis has said everything now. I tell you what, Matt is the proverbial diva talent. He'll swan in for a show, do his show, then he'll swan off. We'll never see him again. We will reach into the next one.
Listen, I feel like I've already got fancy dress points because I've done the pineapple that time. On my birthday.
Pineapple's good. I like the pineapple.
Yeah, absolutely. You totally did. Right. Look, let's start with McKenna. Obviously, new manager Matt McGreal today said brilliant appointment. He said you only have to look at his track record, the players that he's integrated into the first team, the players he's coached, the managers he's coached, quality CV. I think it's a big appointment by the football club, which shows the direction it's going. I think it's a brilliant appointment, and he'll need our backing as well, and we'll be here to give him that support. He gave him a call last night on 23s, just to say, he'd been appointed. So, what are your thoughts on Mr. McKenna and Martin Pert?
Well, you mentioned track records. Can I just say, this pod, we went first with the takeover, and then what was it? 2 hours before the Reuters whispers came out about McKenna, Rich put Kieran McKenna's Blue and White Army. I mean, just stick with us, everybody. Just stick with us. We'll give you all the scoops. I think it's brilliant. On the back of Barrow, I was kind of I really think, and Jolton actually, I felt like we probably need an experienced head. But we had said on the show as well that we were torn between those kind of ideas of a Warnock-style character or someone that's up and coming. And we've gone with an up and coming guy. I mean, you can't get much more up and coming than someone who's never actually managed a senior team before. But
absolutely,
as you guys have said on the previous shows, they've literally tried everything else. Cook, Lambert, McCarthy, Joel, Kane. The list goes on and on. No one has got us out of the division except the wrong way down.
Yep. Yeah, they did that all right.
I think it's great. I mean, I love how everyone is sort of Mystic Meg on these things. I don't think it's going to work out. I can't see this working out. On what evidence are you basing that on? This guy just pulled out of McDonald's or something, serving chips. He's been working with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's been working with...
Don't start that again.
He's been working with Jose Mourinho.
He ain't doing no drive-throughs, is he?
Do you know what I mean? I just don't get people's logic. 35 years old, and he's got that on his CV already. So I'm excited. He'll need time. What his objective is going to be, Rich, for the season, I don't know. Because it's
2 seconds might be...
Well, Mike Brown was saying playoffs. He wants playoffs. And I think all I want to see, Matt, is a bit of progression.
We won't know what the objective is, will we, until they actually do their sit-down interview with the press on Monday. No. I think it's a tall order to ask him to get top 6. Because Paul Cook, with however many games he's managed, 500, 600 senior games, has got us mid-table with what's supposed to be the best squad and the best budget in the division. So you're asking him for a bit of a miracle, but we're all on the journey together now. I think it's good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I am absolutely looking forward to it. I truly, truly am. Just want to have a quick word to our friends at Away Day Beers. Obviously, tomorrow's a special day. Got the statue unveiling in the morning of this iconic man, the Beat. So I'm drinking a pint of the Beat in honour of a great player, one of the best Bobby Robson ever managed, according to the legend that is. So knees up.
High praise indeed.
Absolutely high praise. Truly, truly is. And you never know. It's all about timing in football, and you don't want to set him up too much. But this is almost great timing, Matt, because you've got Beatty statue unveiling.
Yeah,
you've got a new progressive manager being unveiled. This could be the real start of a momentum swing.
I hope so.
Finally.
I mean, we keep thinking there's going to be momentum swings, don't we? We thought it was going to be that with Paul Cook, the takeover, Evans gone, and now with McKenna. It's interesting they've announced him as the manager, isn't it? Because we was all under the impression it was going to be head coach, but in the actual announcement, they announced him as manager. But I still think he's going to take that coaching role. I don't think he's going to be someone who's going to be like Roy Keane and karate kicking tactics boards, anything like that. And I still think there'll be another appointment in there. I think there's going to be a third wheel in there.
Okay, all right. Let's get some comments. Lloyd, obviously. Lloyd, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Good man. You going to be there tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good man. Looking forward to seeing you at the Sir Ralph statue. So, Liam McKenna, Martin Pert, what do you make of it, Lloyd?
It's exciting.
Liam McKenna?
Sorry.
Liam. He's got his name wrong already.
Liam McKenna.
Kieran.
There we go. Well, I'm sure there is a Liam McKenna. Where have I got that name from? You carry on while I try to find out who Liam McKenna is.
That's his dad's name. His dad's called Liam McKenna.
It's exciting because we've gone into the unknown. We have absolutely no idea how this is going to turn out, and that should be exciting. Shouldn't be fearful. Shouldn't be worried, because it might end up being a huge payoff for the club. It might end up blowing up in our face, but we just don't know yet because we've not reached that yet.
Yeah, but I think it's that last one there really that is the big issue, because you've had a younger up and coming manager not so long ago, and that was a disaster. So you can really see why fans are trepidatious, I guess.
Yeah, but Paul Hurst really didn't really have. I didn't
say
really.
Paul Hurst.
Well, you know who you meant. I didn't think his football was at all exciting, or hell, even ambitious. But we've tried the tried and tested route about every bloody time, and it's not worked at all. We've hired too many Pauls recently, so it's nice to not have a Paul in there.
Absolutely.
But
look,
yeah,
go on.
it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. It might. I'm just hoping it goes well, but I'm not worried.
Absolutely. All right, Lloyd. Hopefully, see you tomorrow at the Sir Ralph statue.
Cheers, Lloyd.
Yep. See ya.
See you tomorrow. We've got Josh. Josh, what do you make of it? What are your thoughts? I know you couldn't get on yesterday.
I'm excited about it, to be fair. It's up and coming. He's young. I feel like that's what the owners said they were going to do in their progression. Yeah, I like it, especially where he's come from. Worked under Mourinho and Solskjaer and Ragnick, so they're experienced coaches, so he must have something about him to be at United as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a cup of coffee with Ralph Rangnick. He's hardly worked under him. Because
Mourinho, he's worked under Mourinho, so...
Yeah, Mourinho, for all intents and purposes, liked him. And I know, Matt, you're a big fan of this line of Robson to Mourinho to McKenna.
Yeah,
you're a big fan of that.
You didn't like that, did you?
No, I don't like that. No.
I saw Joe Fairs from Blue Monday posted that. I thought it was great, just in terms of mentor and connection. So you go from Robson chatting to Mourinho, then you see Mourinho chatting to McKenna, and suddenly McKenna becomes Ipswich Town manager. I just like the full circleness of it.
Yeah, I see why you like it. I just think it's a little bit big boots.
Well, would you feel like that puts him under pressure or something?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
We don't know what his objective is at the moment, do we? I to try and scrape sixth maybe this season. I don't think there's going to be any pressure to do that.
It'll absolutely be progression. Absolutely be progression. So what does that look like? We tried ascertaining what that looked like yesterday. What does progression look for you first of all, Josh?
Just better performances, really.
So lose 2-1 but play well, or is it we're looking at a top 8 finish instead of a top 6? You've got to set that big word from yesterday, KPIs, key performance indicators. What if you're Mark Ashton? What are you looking for?
Big word now, Matt.
That he is hitting.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're performing well and the players are showing heart and we're losing, then it's better than what we're doing now and not showing heart and losing. I mean, wins are nice. I mean, top 8's got to be really. I don't think we're going to get top 6 now. That's going to be a hard task because we've got 9 points.
It's not impossible. Christmas.
It's not impossible.
About it a bit later on, but
we've got to go on. We've got to go on a big run to get there, and I don't think
we have.
We've got that in our locker at the moment.
Absolutely, Josh. Are you there tomorrow?
I am indeed.
Good man. Hopefully, see you by the statue then.
Yep, indeed.
Look after yourself, Matt. What are you all 17.99 from Lewis Robertson? Matt is the second most famous ITFC rocket feature after Vernon Breckersgard. What a player he was! Great show this week's chat.
One of Joe Roll's random signings, that wasn't it? That was Joe Roll,
along with Liam. Is it Ian Miller?
Yeah,
school teacher.
He had a very good career in non-league. Ian Miller appeared at Wembley a few times in the FA Trophy. He did go on and have a good career. Yeah.
What are you looking as, a performance indicator then if you're Mark Ashton? We all know Mark Ashton loves a dashboard. So what are the greens on the dashboard that you want to be seeing from this football club? How it's under Liam McKenna?
I don't know.
Paul McKenna, Terry McKenna, Dave McKenna, just Mr. fucking McKenna.
Mr. McKenna. The dynamic of the club's going to change massively, isn't it? I was thinking about this earlier. Like with Cook, he's been a father figure, hasn't he? He's been that kind of father figure. Probably Lambert was as well.
Where's Burns' dad in the chat? Where's Burns' dad? David?
Get him back in the team, David.
Absolutely. We need him. Give me your hamstring, David.
The dynamic's going to change massively because you had Cook as his father figure and he's been around the block and blah, blah, blah. He's a good 20 plus years older than everybody else. Suddenly you've got a manager now who's only 5 years older than Morsey. So from going from that father figure, it's almost like Big Brother. And I just wonder, there's going to be some. Let's not beat around the bush. We've heard the whispers out of Man United where they said they found him a little bit school teacherly. There's going to be some players in our squad that won't like that dynamic.
I like that though. That's always appealing to me because you know,
but players have got egos, Martin. They won't like it.
Yeah, but they need a fucking kick up the backside.
Well, they do after the debacle of the other night. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And if this guy can be a progressive, dynamic, intelligent, analytical, tactical, driven coach, but also speak to them when they need to be spoken to in the manner of a school teacher. Depends what school teacher. If it's the substitute school teacher, we're fucked. If it's the geography teacher you're trying to be up there, we might be a little bit better off.
I don't see, having seen all the interviews, and Rich sent me some links, and I've seen some other stuff as well. He doesn't come across like that, like a disciplinarian. That's why I think there's going to be a third person in there, Rich. That's what I think.
Did you read the training ground guru that I sent you this morning? That George Nunn sent it to me about Martin Pert. Did you read it, Martin?
Yeah, he sent it to me yesterday.
Great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Driving in his Ford Fiesta around Europe, you know.
And there was that name again.
There's the link, isn't there? There's the link. Like,
go for it.
Amy Boothroyd, he worked with him at Watford. Dan Ashworth, West Brom. Mark Ashton. So it's there somewhere, isn't it?
When I told you about AD yesterday, you two didn't want to have it. And I said to you...
I didn't reply. You said he's coming in.
Chris at West Brom said to me way back, Ashton and Boothroyd knew each other from years and years ago. So we've mentioned him a few times, haven't we? I mean, we were talking about Appleton and all that, and Neil Harris and all that. He's always been lingering in the background. I just wonder if he might be that third person that comes in.
Him and Pert are close, or certainly know each other well.
I like what Rich says there about Pert. I mean, again, people go, "Oh God, they're coming in, they've got no experience." How many people watching this show have, for their own career, slummed it for 4 months around Europe in their
living in a tent? Living in a tent.
That is commitment and passion to your craft, isn't it?
He met Bielsa, didn't he? He met Bielsa.
Yeah, went to his house.
He was out in America with what was the basketball team? He was with Shaq, wasn't he? Shaq's
Miami
team.
Heat.
So these people know what they're doing. I know they're probably people saying they're inexperienced, Matt, but they're not idiots. They know what they're doing. They probably watch so much football every single day. They're looking at little bits. So they're now more aligned with what Ashton's mindset is. We'll be talking about data and software and all that kind of thing. This is the world they're coming from. This is a world away from McCarthy and Lambert. And even Cook. When you look at Cook, and now where they're going, it's like I was reading a bit today. They reckon Cook didn't like Ashton when he appointed Andy Rolls. You know, he was saying that the players weren't fit. Now, this is like we said before. Was Cook ever their appointment in the first place? You know, it looks probably like it wasn't now.
But there has been it feels to me like there's been a growing agenda from Cook apologists towards Ashton and people that didn't like Ashton from. Do you know what I mean? Like that may well be very true, but it seems like the moment Cook was sacked, there seemed to be this focus of switch to Ashton and how things weren't right on his behalf. And
we were all frustrated, weren't we? Even you, Martin, were frustrated. 10 days in, and we still heard nothing.
Yeah, I was a bit perplexed. We got
very frustrated.
Yeah, this is now Ashton's man. You know, so it's on his head.
I like Ashton,
and they kept it under wraps. There was not a sniff from anyone, was there? Wasn't even a sniff from East Anglian Day Times. I expected a little bit more from those lads, to be honest.
Oh, here we go.
Inside track a little bit, don't you?
Here he goes. He's just warming himself up for Sunday, boys and girls.
They are a newspaper after all, and you know, on their podcast they say we'll give you a little sneak behind the curtain. We got nothing. In fact, Rich had the scoop on before then.
There you go, Herfey. Just in the Barrow match tonight, Herfey, why'd you do it to yourself? Didn't realise how bad we really were. Absolutely shocking. If we play this tomorrow, PR is going to be a toxic cauldron.
It was unbelievable. Was there ever a team less likely to win a game than that 11? As soon as the game kicks off, it was just unbelievable to me.
Hawks is pleased to see Cruncher doing his best pressure of Mark Ashton. EJ Norris in football. It's not just it's who you know. It's not what you know, it's who you know, I think he's trying to say.
Yeah.
And these boys must have some really good links, you'd think. Colin, you couldn't get on yesterday, so what do you think today?
Colin.
Matt, how are you?
How you doing? You all right?
All right, mate. Right, how are you going? Gov?
Very well.
Do you know what? I'm like Matt. There's one or two things I like to disagree with Matt over the last couple of weeks, and that's been really. That's been no, you know what I mean. Yeah, all good buds and that, and But I'll tell you what, tonight, Matt, your intro tonight, absolutely spot on, son. Absolutely spot on. I'll tell you what, am I really excited? No, I'm not really excited. I'm excited. I'm excited by it. I'm looking at it. I've got the old angling beside me today, just for a little, because I said to Rich yesterday when he sent me a text, did I, like, just off the cuff when he sent me his name, did I know who he was? I'm going to be honest. No, I really didn't. But once I spoke to Andy and he showed me his phone and showed me his picture, I did know who he was, but I didn't know who he was by name. I'm going to be honest with you. But I've seen and read one or two things today, like you've quite rightly said, Rich and Matt and Gov tonight. And it is really exciting when you think about what these blokes have done in the previous few years. And I mean, I'll tell you why I'm really excited. And I think Gov, I think all three of you know what I'm going to say. Obviously, I remember Bobby coming in at 35, a little bit older than him, only a tad. And, we all wondered at the time what that was going to bring.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Sorry, Kiwi. Love watching these drinkers with a football problem. Love that, Kiwi. Absolutely love it.
No, we all wondered what that was going to bring, Gov. But look what it brought. Look what it brought to the table.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this. A young, exciting coach like Rich and Matt just said a little while ago. Worked with Mourinho. Obviously worked with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Well, you can say what you like about that, but he has worked with some top people. Now, I'm not going to sit here and diss Paul Cook. I would sit here and diss Paul Hurst because that was an awful, absolutely awful decision appointing him. But I'm not going to sit here and diss Paul Cook. I'm not going to sit here and diss Mick McCarthy because they were seriously experienced managers at a level that we're at. Mick McCarthy at the time, Championship. Paul Cook now in the 3rd division of the Football League. But there is a but to this, especially with Paul Cook. I really wanted to back that bloke, and I'll never go against the thing about the fact he's a good man and all this, that, and the other. But I don't know, there was something seriously going wrong there, and I think it was best that what happened, and I think this is all refreshing, really, more than anything else. I think it's refreshing, especially for the younger generation, Gov. I think it's refreshing for them because you see a young face and the youngsters are going to think, he ain't much older than my teacher at school, he must be all right, he can run about with them. That's how the kids will think, he can run about with them, he can keep them fit, blah, blah, blah. And I think it's just going to be a lot of... there's a whole lot of positivity going to come out of this. And I'll say, Gav, I'm glad you had me on tonight because I'm really, really pleased. I really, really hope, Rich, Gov and Matt, I know what Rich is thinking and I know what he's going to say to what I'm going to say. I just hope they give him a bit of time because I think if they give him a bit of time, like what happened to Bobby, I don't care when people say, here he goes again. It's fact, it's history, and it's in the books. Things weren't going too well with Bobby for a little while. And Mr. Cobble said, come on, Bobby, come and have a drink and have a glass of red, and I'll give you an extended contract.
Do you know,
now, we know that those days are gone before Rich says it. But... they might be gone, but let's be a little bit more lenient and just give the lad and his
Well said.
And his second in command, just a little bit of time to get there, you know? I think it might be worthwhile.
Well said. And I love listening to you talk, but there is a famous Talking Town or a growing Talking Town drinking game that involves you, because every time you mention Sir Bobby, you drink. And I reckon you'd be fucking pissed by about 10 minutes in. Because I love listening to you, but it's always brought back to Bobby, as it should be, being the legend that he is.
I've got a question for Colin. I've got a question for Colin.
Yes, Rich.
What is your expectation for the rest of the season? Because Mike Brown last night said playoffs, and I think that's a massive ask.
Rich, I'm glad you asked me that question, my old friend, because you know you're going to get an honest answer. My expectations from here on now are this. I agree with what you said yesterday about the fact let's make us better, which I'm absolutely positive over a period of time and games he will do, or they will do. Do I personally think, and you know the answer to this, Rich, do I honestly think the playoffs are out of reach? No, I don't. We would have to go on, like you said the other day, Rich, quite rightly, we'd have to go on a promotion win and run, obviously, to reach that goal. I would Rich, and I know you're the same. You love your cricket, you love your football, you love every sport, right? You're most sports. I do. And if I sat in a dressing room, football-wise, and the next bloke said next to me, said to me, you know, his old hand like this, you know, and going, I don't know, I don't think we've got any chance to win the league this year. And I turned around and said, yeah, but we've got 20-something games to go, mate. I wouldn't want to listen to that, Rich. I certainly would. That's what they call absolutely awful, you know, a terrible winner mentality, a terrible, you know, attitude towards, you know, pushing forwards. And if there's anybody in our dressing room, well, I'll talk about RJ, I'm talking about Ipswich. If anybody in our dressing room has got that attitude right now, Mike Kieran, I think, will be sounding him out. He'll be saying, look, if you don't honestly think that we can make these playoffs, why are you even bothering to get stripped? Why are you even bothering to get stripped? You know, because the points are there to be played for. Look, tomorrow, I mean, it isn't for me. I've seen it all before. But tomorrow, for a lot of, I've got to say this, Gav. Rich has done, look, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Rich has done a marvellous job. I tried to help him a little bit, but Rich has done a marvellous job. And what I mean by that, and I've got to say this, that's been on me breath all day. Those children are going to be going to see that game tomorrow, right? Don't worry about Barrow. Don't worry about Cheltenham. Worry about those children who are going to that game tomorrow for the first time. I saw pictures of them. I've seen little videos of them on the Twitter thing. And they're so looking forward to going. If anybody, like Burnsy's dad, pass it on through your son. Pass it on through your son. Get it into Morsey so he can get it into the dressing room. You don't play for yourselves tomorrow. Play for them children. Give them 100%. You can't give any more. Give it 100% and you will come out not only giving everything to those children, most importantly, but you will also give it to the rest of your supporters and yourselves, and you'll come out of that game tomorrow with 3 points. Sunderland are not there to be feared. That's what I would say if I was beside John tomorrow. I would say, look, that lot in red and white stripes, you nigh on outplayed them. I didn't go, Rich did. You nigh on outplayed them for 75 minutes up at Sunderland. Come on, they're not to be feared. Come on, let's just do it.
I know Matt's laughed at this before, but I think tomorrow, more than ever, we can be the 12th man. I really think that.
100%, Rich. 100%.
Tomorrow, just go there with a blank sheet, forget about, like you say, forget about Barrow. That's gone. There'll be kids there, Matt, tomorrow. You probably remember your first game you went with your dad. Martin probably remembers his first game. Colin, you remember. I remember it, you know. It's a special day. You're walking up them steps. You see the pitch for the first time. It's going to be great tomorrow. You see Burke and you see Mark Detmer, their interview earlier. Look how much passion them two men have got. And like they said, bring the noise. And that's what we got to do tomorrow. Bring that noise.
My first game was against Sunderland. 4-1, 81. March, 81. Yeah. Yeah, you always remember it. Colin's absolutely bang on. You always remember that first game, the experience of going to the stadium.
Another thing, Gov. I know I've texted you all today. I'm going to go on the train tomorrow. I'm going to be there for 9:02 because the thing actually starts at 9:30. And I'm going for myself. I'm going for all you people. I know there's one or two you can't make it, and I know you would be there if you could. But I think tomorrow, well, I don't think, I know tomorrow is very, very special to a lot of people. There's a lot of fans my age and older. I'd just like to say one, I've never really said it deeply about Kevin. I'd love to, you know, that bloke tomorrow. I don't know actually who's going to be there. I'd say Butch, maybe Burley, Millsy, Walkie, obviously Rich's favourite player. Walkie, maybe Roger. I think Roger might be there tomorrow. Roger Osborne, you know, they all live local. But I think tomorrow is going to be a really, really, not a sad day. It's going to be a great day. And I'm pleased that I can get there. I've been for the other two unveilings when Alf was at the Man United game and also when Bobby's unveiling. And like I say, tomorrow will be special. Kevin was a special player. Like that piece I sent you about what Bobby said. You know, when you think he's coached like Gascoigne and all the rest of them, there's loads of fun. And the one thing I would like to say about Kevin, the last thing I'd like to say, always remember what my dad said. My dad was fortunate enough to have seen Duncan Edwards. Duncan Edwards played left half for Man United and obviously died, but he's 18 straight 19, I think he was. Arguably, my father said arguably would have been the greatest England player of all time. He had absolutely everything. Well, Bobby Robson said on numerous occasions when Kevin was like about 22, 23, he said he was the nearest thing. Because Bobby played with Duncan Edwards for England. And I think Bobby was at West Brom at the time. And Bobby said on numerous occasions that Kevin Beattie was the nearest thing he ever saw to Duncan Edwards, and Duncan Edwards was the greatest footballer he ever played with, and that's a great accolade for anybody to have. And when you think about like the great players that Bobby coached, and for Bobby Robson to turn around and say he was arguably the greatest player I ever coached anywhere, you know, including Porto and all the rest of them that he managed, was, you know, just the most unbelievable thing to say about anybody. And like I say, I saw him play, and I don't think I ever missed a home game he played. I mean, I saw him play away loads of times, and I'd arguably say anybody who can remember it, and there were several up there that night. I always remember one game. I'd love to say this about Kevin. We just drew with Leeds in the FA Cup, and in the famous game, there's 38,000 there. Then the second game, I went up with my mate Kev, and my dad came up in the Volkswagen Beetle. And we went up for the replay, the first replay at Allen Road. And I mean, Leeds were the best team in the country then, well, apart from us and Liverpool. But we went 1-0 up. David Johnson scored, the Scouser David Johnson. And we played brilliant that night. And Duncan McKenzie equalised for Leeds with about 4 or 5 minutes to go. And it went to extra time, obviously, at Allen Road. There was about 56,000 at Allen Road that night. And I remember saying to my dad, when they were having a drink at the end of end of full time, I remember saying to my dad, I don't think we're going to get through this next half hour, Dad, you know. Like, you know, the Leeds fans were baying for it, you know. And we did, obviously, because I went to 4 games in the end. We eventually beat them. But in that extra time, that's arguably the best I ever see Beattie play. Don't get me wrong, Alan Hunter was fantastic beside him. But Beattie that night, oh, my God. I'll tell you what, defensively, I'll tell you what, and you're talking about Alan Clark. You're talking about all the great Leeds players, you know, hammering at him. Beattie took every bit of it on the chin. Kept us in the FA Cup, and arguably the bottom line of all that was just about. I remember sat me down when we came home in the car. I reckon that was just about the best game I ever see Kevin play. Defensively, I'll tell you what, some of these boys that play for us now, just look, get a little video clip and learn how to defend. Learn how to tackle properly. Do you know what? Kevin hardly ever made a foul, you know. Kevin was so precise in the tackle. He was hard in the tackle, don't get me wrong. But, oh, my God, his timing in the tackle was unbelievable. Greatest header of a ball I've ever seen. 5'10", 5'11". Absolutely got up. David O'Leary wrote in his autobiography, Clive Woods took a corner once up the North Bank at Highbury. And he said, oh, Beat's coming up. You said to Willie Young, I think it was. Beat's coming up. Oh, fucking hell. And he said, Woodsy took this corner up the North Bank and Kevin got up. I remember that goal. Kevin got up and he said, I absolutely know he was 2 foot above the crossbar. 2 foot above the crossbar when he headed that ball in. But like I say, he would have won. I'll tell you what, when you think about like people like Gerrard won 120 odd caps for England, Kevin Beattie would have been right up there. Kevin Beattie would have won over 100 caps for England. There's no, you know, and there was a good piece in the paper today, you know, about the lads who keep saying, oh, I've got a little knee ache, you know, I think I better be out for 3 weeks. Do what Kevin used to do. He had a cortisone injection in his knee. And he played on, mate. Got on with it, you know. Mind you, knackered his career, but
Colin.
Absolutely.
Colin.
Yeah.
You can breathe now. You can take a breath.
I'm going to have to stop you there, Colin, because I think you've nearly killed Heidi. This drinking game is lethal. She's nearly finished the whole bottle. So,
you need to get all this down on paper. You need to put all these memories down on paper. Be a great book. Ipswich Town book.
Absolutely.
Josh wants to know what drinking game we're playing, Martin.
We're playing the Sir Bobby drinking game. Every time Colin goes back to Sir Bobby in those eras, you drink a drink. You'd be pissed within 10 seconds.
Go.
I'm on the beach, Josh, and I'm nearly finished.
Honestly,
I think you should end it there because you can't top what you've just said. That was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard about a player. You really built that up so well and painted a picture for those that are my age and have never seen him play. You truly have made an impression on my generation with those words.
And those dogs.
Honestly. And the dogs. Even the dogs are now chorus in thanks. So I think we just raise a glass and say, you know, to the beat and for all these accomplishments with the
I've only got a lemon, but I'll give it.
Don't worry. Cruncher drinks lemons for fun. But Colin, I will see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Colin.
Have a good day, Colin. We'll see you tomorrow, mate.
Look after yourself. Why is it 9:05 in the morning? What's all 9:30 in the morning? What's all that about? Why is it so early?
Well, because they've got to clear it, because obviously there's going to be a big crowd there tomorrow, and they don't want it to sort of later on in the day, so that's why.
Yeah, you don't want more people there to celebrate it and enjoy it. Surely not. Anyway, I'll put my beard back on. I really go inconspicuous. Great words from Colin. You know, it is a big day tomorrow, obviously, with both the BT statue unveiling and
again,
of course
it's another feather in the cap of our history, isn't it? You know, Absolutely. You've got 2 England managers there, and now the Beat there, and there's arguments for other players that easily be statues. I mean, we're almost rivaling Old Trafford for statues at the stadium. And look at the difference between the 2 clubs in terms of status.
Absolutely. If you playing the other night, Matt, statues apparently at Barrow.
Yeah, if you they weren't statues; they were only training cones. But oh mate, we could open a football museum up. Ipswich Town could be the central of it. Like we are the centre of English football. Just Absolutely. EJ Norris, few comments. We'll win tomorrow. 2-1 Sunderland. Have a lot of injuries. We should have one last game. Let's be the 12th man. Nathan King says, spot on chats. Ben says, are you all going tomorrow, gents? Hell of a lot of people I know aren't. Yes, I've heard that as well. But I should be there. I've just downloaded my COVID pass. Fucking times do we live in, man? I've got to have a COVID pass to get in places. Christ alive.
No.
Rob Smith played against the Beat Sunday morning. Belstead arms. His knees were gone, but boy, he could still jump. Yeah, I managed against Beat. He was managing a Sunday morning team, and I was managing the other opposition. That was a good game to manage against. We lost, but as you would expect. But
what formation did you play? What did you play? 4-2-3-1?
No,
in-game management.
No, 4-4. My left back cost me that game. Played the bloke on for about 10 yards. Fucking disgraceful performance. You know who you are. Kingy, I can remember when Beat spoke to me after the game. I played locally once and gave me some great advice. Spoke to me off his own bat for a good 20 minutes. I'll always remember that top bloke. 80. Some of the children coming for the first time tomorrow. Christmas came early. Thank you, Father Crunchmas, says AD Croucher. Neil Perks. Edmondson, best at the back we've had in the last number of years. No question, and can't afford to lose him. Simon Wall, cheers to subbing the Beat. Beat, you befriended me and Nicky for a while. Sent us some lovely letters and cards. And Kiwi, Jack the Boy, Beat took his last sleep, never came down. God bless him. Absolutely, Harry. A negative test confirmation is enough. I think it is. Yes. Yeah. It is. Kiwi says, so the universe, Gov. Absolutely. But tomorrow, John McGreal said that we should be energized. He said the inconsistency levels have been there.
Fucking, I hate that word. Cook was using it. McGreal keeps reading
because Paul Cook couldn't make his fucking mind up. One Friday he said we were inconsistent. The next week when Rob was on the show, he said we were fucking consistent. Bloke couldn't make his mind up. So to hear it again, we're suddenly inconsistent again. We are inconsistent. He said, I think now it's a great game to have tomorrow. It's going to be a brilliant occasion, but most importantly, there are 3 points at stake and we need to get the win. I'm not saying anything apart from there'll be a performance because the inconsistency levels have been there. We've been up and down. We were down on Wednesday. We were down at Charlton the other week. Then we put a really good performance at Wigan. Here comes a big word after the Kevin Beattie drinking game. I've got no doubt that the guys will be galvanised. They'll apply themselves in the right way and put a strong performance tomorrow. I've got no question of that whatsoever. So what are we expecting tomorrow then, chaps? An inconsistent town, a galvanised town, an energised town?
I don't get why John thinks he's going to get a performance. He was at the game, right, on Wednesday night.
Well, he's basically taking it as we play shit, we play well, we play shit, we play well. So Charlton, we played shit, Wigan, we played well, Barrow, we played shit. So tomorrow must, in the sequence, be a played well. That's literally how I see what he's saying there and taking it. Bit too simplistic, possibly.
I wonder how much, because they've obviously spoken, McKenna's obviously spoken. You've got to think McKenna will be in the dressing room before the game and at half time, I would have thought. There's nothing stopping him from being down there.
No, in the press conference today, I remember reading he'll be in the stands. They're open to him coming down if they want, but he's already said to them that it's your show tomorrow. I believe it's what I read.
Martin's hoping he's going to do Steve McLaren at half time and pop down.
Well,
let's hope we're not 4-1 down.
Because I'm hoping not be 4-1 pissing down at home at Sunderland. But if we have
I just wonder if he's got any influence tomorrow over, because he'd have seen the Barrow game. Him and Martin Pert would have seen the Barrow game. I wonder if they might just say to John, let's try this formation. He'll have, if you don't think he's got any input tomorrow, you're dreaming. He'll have some input tomorrow, absolutely.
Rich?
I don't know. Will he have input? He'll probably chat.
He won't have input. But
I don't think he'll have any input tomorrow, mate.
Why would he not?
Because he doesn't take over until Monday.
Well, he's manager now.
He's not, though. If he was, he'd be in the dugout tomorrow.
He's already got his name on the board.
Oh, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I see that.
He'll be involved somewhere. You're being naive if you think he's not. He'll be involved somehow. But of course, he won't have presumably he's not taken any training yet. That's what we think. I mean, he's going to have a baptism of fire for his first game, official game. He'll be away at Gillingham. Get Steve Evans.
Please. Don't build that up to be a big game. Gillingham, Steve Evans.
They had a Glasgow off, do you remember? It was more Glasgow.
But he made, as, who says that? Hang on. I saw that in the chat a second ago. Jem, there you go. He should have influence just by being there. And I think that's what John's kind of indicated as well, galvanised. So are you expecting them that managerial type bounce where he's in the stands so we get that extra 10, 20, 30% out of the team?
It would tell us a lot about the squad if there isn't. It's like they've known they're in this interim period of McGreal as the caretaker gaffer put in some right lousy performances, haven't they? Charlton, Barrow, just like terrible, shocking performances. Knowing that the new guy would be watching somewhere along the line.
Wednesday was interesting in the sense of the formations we played. Was that a potential? Was that a potential early look at it? Because we played 4-2-2-2, then we played 3-5-2.
Yeah.
Two formations I've seen, mentioned in the same sentence as McKenna recently. Was that?
If you look at his youth career at Man United, he played lots of different formations, which I suppose is what you see in youth football, isn't it? Be a 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, 4-4-2. He played all manner of different formations. I think you probably get that in youth football. Certainly used to see that in the England setup, just so they can try out kids in different, in different circumstances.
Absolutely. George, what are you expecting tomorrow from Ipswich Town?
Hi guys, how's everyone?
Right,
Very well, George.
Hey,
welcome on. First time caller, I guess. It's good to have you on. But tomorrow, Sunderland, Ipswich, McKenna in the stands. What are you expecting from your football team?
I think it's going to be interesting. I think that McKenna will have a little bit to say. I think he wouldn't have watched the Barrow game without, going to Ipswich. I think they would have spoken to him days before the Barrow game to get the whole thing completed. Because he's moving he's being Ipswich Monday, I think. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That's his first working day. Yeah.
That's so it wouldn't surprise me if he didn't watch it in his home in Manchester before he went down to Ipswich.
For all we know, George, you could have had Mark Ashton and the guys watching it around ITV4 themselves going through, potential squad, January thoughts, the analytical data side that that Ashton and Rolls have got. You literally don't know what Wednesday.
He had the job then.
I think his waste paper bin, Matt, was full of it. I think his waste paper bill was full at full time. McKenna there, Toto, bin, Penny, bin.
I think the thing is with McKenna, I think he's seen so much. He's played with so many good players at Man United. I think he'll look at that squad and think, who am I going to keep, who am I going to get rid of? Because that performance on Wednesday was just completely disgusting in my eyes. Playing for the fans like that, I think that was worse than Charlton, and I didn't even go to Charlton, so that tells you something.
Rich was at both. What was worse, Rich? You were at both.
It don't get much lower than that first half the other night, man. That's the worst.
Look at that, George. He's speechless.
It's got to be the worst. Got to be the worst I've seen for years. We've seen some absolute crap, though, haven't we?
It was really bad. Yeah, it was really bad.
That was really bad in the first half.
There was so many mistakes in that game. You can clearly see it when the two centre backs, when Christian Morton had the ball, he was about to take a goal kick. You can see the two centre backs coming back to where inside Walton's box, which is quite amazing, really. When you're playing a game like Barry, you have to try and press them, play fast attacking football, not more possession type, because in League Two it's different playing to League One. That's the thing we need to understand. I think.
Well, Rich yesterday didn't kind of like that view. He said tactics have had no part of it. It was about what's inside the chest, isn't it?
Well, it should be. You got to have a bit of heart and passion. That's not tomorrow. I've said it in the chat a lot tonight, Martin, about people tomorrow. They just want to see a bit of pride, playing for the shirt, playing for the fans. We might not win tomorrow, but at least leave it all out there on the pitch, and we can't really go home and moan.
Yeah,
we've gone from up here being champions. So here we are a week before Christmas going, just show us a bit of heart and pride, will you?
Absolutely. George, what's your score prediction going to be for tomorrow?
I think a nice 2-1 win for Ipswich, but Ipswich, you know how Ipswich goes. We usually get a draw in tomorrow's game in front of all those thousands of fans that
are you going to be there?
On. Oh, definitely. I'll definitely be there.
Good man. We'll pop by and say hello. So Ralph Ramsey before and after the game.
Can I say one thing?
Of course you can.
It's just to be a great day for everyone, because not only a football game, you've got some of the owners that are coming down to watch the match, but so there's good old Beat statue getting unveiled. So but I hope everyone has a nice day tomorrow and come on the town.
Absolutely. As I say, stop by and say hello by the Sir Ralph Ramsey statue. But George, thank you for coming on. It's always nice having new people on the show with new opinions, new voices, what we want. So if you're one of those people at home that has not yet pressed the button when the link appears, why?
It's like, we all got Barrow still in our minds, haven't we? But you think about it, you've got 30,000 there tomorrow. You've got the BT unveiling. You've got a new manager that's just 35, plus his assistant, Martin Pert, in the stands tomorrow. They always say it's darkest before the dawn, isn't it? And Barrow probably was our darkest hour in a long line of dark hours.
I mean, we've got flags on our seats as well, Matt, tomorrow. There's a big pyrotechnics display before the game.
Is there?
They're having.
Is there?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, right. As we round up the show, so for the guys waiting, sorry, there is tomorrow's show and there is Sunday's show. Gutted not to get Stephen Parry on again with the bingo call, but we are approaching the hour mark.
Have you clipped that up yet?
Oh, I've clipped it up. Yeah, I've sent it to him for approval. I'm nice like that, you see. Right, your teams for tomorrow. First up is Cruncher Elf with a 4-4-2. Walton, JD, Emerson, Burgess, KVY, Edwards, Evans, Morsey, Chaplin, Bon, and Norwood. 4-4-2 then, Crunch.
Yeah, look, tomorrow I don't want no 4-2-2-2. I'll just keep it simple. They played that at Wigan. Look,
all right, Mike Bassett.
He's not reinvented the wheel there. Look, you've got Evans and Morsey. I don't see who you can play alongside Morsey, Matt. Lee Evans.
Difficult.
Il Mazzuni the other night, poor. Tom Carroll, absolutely fucking hell, dreadful.
The problem with Carroll, Rich, was every time he got the ball, he went back. He made all the right moves. He's on his toes. He's looking for a forward pass. And he went backwards. Every time it went backwards and ended up back at Walton. So frustrating.
We've not had a good midfield performance since Kevin Foley against Nottingham Forest.
You've got to think that Carroll's probably time might be up under McKenna.
We haven't, though, have we? Oh, that was a masterclass.
He's right back as well, wasn't he?
That was a masterclass from Foley. Absolute masterclass. But yeah, you are right, mate. Matt. Yeah. I mean, on Sunday, I will ask you for 3 players that will profit and 3 players that won't profit from under.
That was against League 2 as well, mate. That was against League 2 opposition, and he was just constantly passing backwards. Again, the press. Every time people put us under pressure, we've got the ball, we go backwards. That's one thing that McKenna's going to have to sort out. How do we get around people just pressing us? We don't seem to be able to deal with it, be it a League 1 team or a League 2 team that's almost in the relegation zone.
Absolutely. I'm not a big fan of Evans and Morsey being back together, though, Rich.
Who would you play, though, Martin, in there?
Harper, player of the year.
He's done nothing either. He's in the same place right now.
He ain't played. Right, Matt's team is a 4-2-3-1, Rich will be pleased to know. He has gone for Bon up front, but with Selena, Chaplin and Aluko behind him.
I think Selena might be fit. I'm hoping. Yeah. What's his injury that he's had that's kept him out the last couple?
Got no idea.
I like taking that penalty, Matt, against Arsenal children.
Yeah.
The injury updates are not great, but like the John Nolan one. John Nolan's the only long-term absentee.
Where is John Nolan?
That's the way they write it. John Nolan's the only long-term absentee. Why is he fucking long-term? What's he got?
Did John Nolan ever make an appearance under Cook?
Nope.
Not one. Not even one. Not even from the bench, no?
Nope. Nothing. Nothing. Nada. No.
And we don't get any update from anyone.
All we get is a long-term absentee. Well, why is he long-term? What's he got?
No one asked the question,
2 heads? 4 legs? Like, what's he got?
Yeah, I'd like to know. I've included Evans in my team because I do think in that Wigan game, I did like the fact that Rich called him Hollywood, didn't I? I do like the fact that he can play the long ball pass.
Since I've found out, he's blocked me on Twitter. So, Lee, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Have I upset you?
It's the only block he's done all season, to be fair. It truly is.
Ipswich Town Professional Blocks charity fundraiser.
£5 from the man that is the legend, Neil Perks, our West Country associate. Burgess NCL will be nowhere near the team for me personally the other night.
Lee Evans blocks Mother Teresa.
Yes. There he is tomorrow on the pitch, right?
You're on the pitch tomorrow?
No, it's all been done. We all done it the other day when I went down there.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And unfortunately, Matt, who had the idea, he's got COVID, so he won't be at the game. So if you're watching tonight, Matt, get well soon.
All the best, Matt. Yeah.
But there you are on the pitch, meeting the captain, the patron saint of tickets, and there's Lee Evans blocking.
Gonna block this guy.
That's what it is, isn't it?
Morsey come back. This guy's done 13.5 grand on.
I had a good chat with him the other night. Sammy Morsey. I had a good chat with him the other night. He was saying the season's not over, Matt. We've still got lots of points to play for.
Look,
interesting point he came out with when we asked him about the Arsenal Cup game. You know what he said about the Papa John's? Is it even a real fixture? He said.
There you go.
It's not.
There you go. I like music, but let's chat, please. Let's chat more doing. We've had a lot of chat. I can talk a lot. Go and deliver on the pitch for me.
Imagine McKenna starts getting stuff out of Harper. He ends up Player of the Year. I would be so happy. So happy. So happy. Trevor Amos, John Nolan is in the crazy costume.
just put yourself in McKenna's boots for a minute, right? You've been training, and Martin Pert, who speaks fluent Portuguese apparently, and communicating with Fernandez and Fred.
He's got Raul Jimenez then.
And they see people like a Toto, and they see like someone like Harper, and they're going to think to themselves, "It's just not cutting the mustard for me." That's how I think.
Oh, hang on, you can't bring Harper into the conversation. He's barely played a game.
He barely played a game. He played loads of games at the start of the
season.
No, he didn't.
Next to bloody Lee Evans, who couldn't block, who only thing he can block is Cruncher on Twitter.
Burton, MK Dons after that. He's played all those games. Before Wolsey come in, he was playing regular, right?
Next to Lee Evans.
He just wasn't doing the work, was he? He wasn't doing the work.
Lee, if you're watching, block that bloke up there in the Father Christmas beard as well.
Don't block me. I like it. I like your passing.
I thought he'd be great. He just hasn't performed. You like his passing, Matt? Really?
We were purring about them two after the Crystal Palace friendly, weren't we? We said it's like a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, we were purring. It's not turned out the way it has, but you know, I think it's a bit of a stretch to chuck players like Harper into it with Toto. Like Toto had plenty of opportunities. I remember Gerrard and Dorr couldn't get a sniff under Paul Jewell for whatever reason. Mick McCarthy came in, immediately installed him into the team, and I think if Jewell had played Gerrard and Dorr, he may have saved his bloody job because he was an incredible midfield player, incredible at the Championship level, one of the best we've seen in a holding role. So I'm not saying Raheem Harper will be Gerrard and Dorr, but you don't know what these players have got now. There's a new system. No, but what I'm saying is now is a new system, a newfound belief, a new voice. You don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't disagree. It's a clean slate for everyone, including Toto, by the way. Yeah.
But not James Norwood. Jem, Morsey's done okay when he came on Wednesday. Back to Matt's team. Let's just finish that off. KV1 on the left, the National on the right, Ed Burgess and Edmondson. Rich, any thoughts looking at that fabulous 4-2-3-1?
I mean, who else is there right now?
I think you'll go 2 up. I think you'll go 2 up tomorrow at home. He'll go Norwood and Bond, I think. I think Norwood tomorrow will be fired up, Matt. You know, big crowd. He hasn't played at home for a long while. He'll probably get his customary booking after about 15 minutes.
Get sent off.
I think at least he'll show a bit of fight. You know, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
He does bring that to the table, absolutely. Although maybe he didn't on Wednesday night.
Hopefully, he can take some others with him tomorrow. You know, they see him doing it. Come on.
Yeah. Is it really that much to ask just to show a little bit of passion and heart for the shirt? Is it really that much to ask?
It won't be tomorrow. Then tomorrow they will play. It's whether or not they have the quality amongst them to beat. And I think they do. I think tomorrow they're really going to turn the style on.
This is why I want to know what the objective is for McKenna and Martin Pert, because Cook kept saying, didn't he? I ain't got a magic wand, and neither of these two. They're going to have to take a team that's really underperformed since Cook brought them in, and some of the players back to when Cook first came in and under Lambert. You ain't going to be able to just turn that around overnight, which is why I think probably getting playoffs is going to be a really tall order. I just think maybe we just finish with a flourish that makes people want to come back next season. It's probably how I'm envisioning it for him. Give someone something to be optimistic about going into next season.
I wouldn't get too hung up on the playoffs personally. I just would. No. If you can say honestly with hand on your heart, no smile on your face, if they'd taken over 2 weeks earlier, we would have been in the playoffs. That's progression.
Yeah.
If you close that gap to the point where it was just a little bit too much when they did take over, but had they started a few weeks earlier,
long term, isn't it? The progression,
absolutely.
There's no way Ashton said to him, "We just want you to keep us in League One for the next few years." The goal is to get back to the Championship, isn't it?
Well, he's giving him a 3.5-year contract, Matt.
Exactly. So he's got. I would envisage he would get most of that. I think, given his age,
absolutely,
and his experience and the squad he's got to inherit.
I think we'll be a different team. I honestly think we'll be a completely different team,
so.
and people will be amazed at how much
so.
of a different team we are. I think you're going to see the best of this squad that we were all repairing about.
You're right, mate.
4
And
months
the
ago.
reason we get so critical is because we're so desperate to see this club bloody do something. I've said to you before, done bugger all for 20 years.
We just want to see a few green shoots, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
what we want.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Just, you talk about kids coming tomorrow. Give them something to look forward to going into next season. I want to, they go to the game tomorrow. We might get a win. Then they want to come back. It's a snowball, isn't it? And we've done nothing for 20 years. Done nothing for 20 years. 20 more.
But there's always one team that uses this Christmas period to come from nowhere to springboard a campaign and go into the spring with a little bit of a spring in their step. Why can't that be us this time? We're playing some top teams. Going to take points off Wickham, hopefully. Take points off Lincoln. Take points off Sunderland, hopefully tomorrow.
But it's like Formula One, isn't it? It's like Formula One. It feels like we're starting at the back of the grid. Do you know what I mean? What we've been averaging is points per game: 1.2, 1.3. Suddenly we've got to get to 2. That's a big jump. That's like Hamilton having to go all the way from the back of the grid to the front.
We need a safety car somewhere near that end. Someone pull out a safety car. We'll be all right.
It's a tall order. It's not impossible. It's a tall order.
I think tomorrow's key. If we can get that win tomorrow, have a really positive performance. You can use that as a springboard, Matt, because Gillingham away on Boxing Day, if the game's on, because their game's off with COVID, that should be a game that we can go there and win.
Absolutely.
I hope. Now, again, as I say, batsman's a fight, against Steve Evans. He's going to look at McKenna and think this is like a schoolboy next to me. Yeah. But we'll see. Hopefully he can rise above that. He's got the coaching know-how. I mean, look, this is another thing I keep thinking about when people go, I'm not sure it's going to work out. This guy has come to us from Manchester United. Do you know how shit hot as a coach you've got to be within that system? One of the best.
One of the best. Not as a coach though, Matt. Assistant manager.
Exactly. This ain't a kid. I mean? It's not me taking over everybody. Thank God. This is someone who's at Manchester United, one of the world's biggest clubs, coming to us.
I soured on Cook probably quicker than everybody else because I saw the potential within this squad, and I believe in the squad that Ashton and co at the football club have assembled. So it would be wrong for me now to say I don't believe it can do what it needs to do. I firmly believe in this squad, and I want to be sat here in the summer saying, look back at this show in December and see how right I was. And I think I will be. Honestly, this squad is better than what it's been putting together.
Yeah,
this squad haven't got that in there though, Martin.
They haven't got a plan.
They haven't got the heart. They haven't got the heart. They need to show tomorrow.
Don't believe it.
Starting tomorrow.
Don't believe it. How many points we dropped from winning positions? Look at that. How many times have we been adjusted? How many times have teams adjusted in game to our plan, and then we haven't taken the initiative back from them and kept our nose in front? If you had that, which is what I was saying about the previous managers, why I soured so quickly. If you had that in game, you hope what they'll bring, you could be fucking sitting really pretty right now, and you should be, because you should have beaten these teams having 2-0 up. Well, that's why managers get sacked, and that's why managers become heroes. There are winners and there are losers.
Well, Roy Keane got the elbow, wasn't he? He said in his biography, look how many games he drew. Was it 16 or something? He said, I just lacked a good striker.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There is no prediction league this week, Sarah, just to let you know. I've PP'd it because I can't keep up with what's going on.
This is because I'm rising up the table. They're trying to keep me down.
Mike D, gov the guillotine. Absolutely.
I'm about 15 now, Rich. I've got to be on at least 15 points.
No, it was still on 0 the other night with that arrow going.
That's smart in playing silly buggers. He knows I'm on about 15.
15?
Yeah.
You're on 15 as IQ, mate.
12 minimum. 12 minimum, everybody.
It's not quite.
He's trying to keep me down. He's trying to keep me down.
Stephen Parry, with potential, we are lacking bottle. Jem, I want to see some dog tomorrow, some real fight. Yes, we do, Jem. Absolutely. Adam, these games are Xmas are massive. Got to get stuck in tomorrow.
It's all ordered, isn't it? Because you think they come back from Barrow Wednesday, flew back, didn't train Thursday, they've been in today, the game tomorrow. It's going to be a tall order, isn't it? But I mean, I like to think we can't get any lower than what we were on Wednesday night. But then this is we're talking about.
I had Thursday off. I went to work today and I'll put a shift in. So I expect them to do minimum.
You're a robot, though. We know this.
It's the bare minimum. Try, put in effort. Play for the fans. If not, play for yourself. Play for your personal pride. Play for your family.
What you said on the show last night, where it was, when you said there was like one of the players said it wasn't hurting enough players in that dressing room. That disappoints me to know.
But that's not just Town. That's football in general, I think, Matt, nowadays.
Yeah, that's disappointing. That's
It
just
is.
someone
I'd
pick
take
up.
that at face value. I'd take that at face value. I really would. Honestly. But anyway, the Prediction League table is Stephen Davis in second, Sarah, just to let you know. That's page 2, and there's page 3.
What am I doing there? That's ridiculous.
Because you were cheating. You were found to be cheating.
Listen, don't put a joke in just to make Martin laugh, everybody, because he will take it the wrong way.
I will. Come on, you know
Drew,
me.
at Matt Phillips 73. Oh, that can't be Matt Phillips then.
No, you called yourself Meldrew.
Yes, at Matt Phillips 73.
Meldrew. No, sorry, Matt. I had to DQ that week and take 3 points off you as a FIA decision's a final, all right?
I still got about 6 points if you DQ'd me, but there we go.
Listen,
right.
take a yacht,
right.
find Lewis Hamilton, and you two can both cry about being cheated out of a title, all right? There you go.
Well, he's a knight of the realm now, isn't he?
He is a knight of the realm.
Yeah.
Fully deserved as well. Should be world champion.
Would you take an honour if you were given one? Like no
You're
BMBE?
fucking right, I would.
You would, yeah?
I sit here and ask for super chats, Matt. Do you want to tell that on now?
Sir
Come on.
That sound good. Sir Richard Moss. They sound good.
Sir Bedsheet.
I did like in the old, I went on the old Rat Den forum.
Sir Richard of Bedsheets arrives.
Bedsheet thinks this bloke from Man United is going to be the new manager. A couple of hours later. Unlucky.
Was there anything on there on my picture with James Norwood, Matt?
Don't think it was mentioned. That's got to be one of the most clueless spaces going. You know, we keep proving them wrong, don't we?
Here he goes.
3,000 views later after last night. We're still going, everybody. We're still going.
That Romanian wine's kicked in, boys and girls.
FCA World finalists, only fan podcast that made it.
OnlyFans. You ain't on OnlyFans, pal. Don't take yourself too far.
Ipswich Town.
Right. Score predictions then, please.
I'm going to go with a draw tomorrow. 1-1.
Ever the optimist.
Cruncher.
Rich? Two of you here.
I was waiting for you. I thought you might give them. Right. So they're unveiling the Beatty statue tomorrow. What did Kevin always go for, Matt?
3-1.
Oh, you did.
3-1 Town. Come on.
3-1.
That's a big shout after Wednesday night. But yeah, fair play. I like it.
All right. I don't give predictions, as you know.
Mr. Vanilla.
I don't do if, buts, and maybes. I do certainties.
But if you had a gun to your head, what would you say?
1-0 Town.
Oh, okay. They keep a
Last minute scrambler. Joe Piggott popping up.
I'd love that.
And he's going to do the old Norwood.
Fucking hell, he's another one who's got to perform.
Sam Parkin.
Fuck off with the Sam Parkin. Cox is going 2-1. Simon 3-1. Right. Tim says 3-3. Sarah Davis says 3-1. But what does Stephen Davis say, Sarah? He's the one that's killing the prediction league. We are live from the Sir Ralph Ramsey statue tomorrow. Come say hello to us there. You don't have to be on the show. Just come and say hello. Watch the show recorded live. It is an experience as I try and grab people who are.
We can get a tech to work.
Yeah, well, it's all been charged up. I've got 2 phones on the go now.
I think Adam Tanner's coming over tomorrow. So hello, he's coming to the game.
I got your. Make sure you part together tomorrow because I got your Christmas presents.
Did you know? Quickly before I go, did you know that Marcus Stewart done his pro license with Kieran McKenna? There you go.
Nice.
Get him on the pod then, Rich.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I've been chatting to him. Don't worry.
What was he like on the course? Was he studious? Was he notes? You know?
Yeah. Teacher's pet, maybe.
Absolutely. We're live tomorrow, 1:50. We've got Lloyd on the camera. We've got Matt on the mic. We've got Rich in the jester's costume. We've got Coxie bringing the banter.
This time it's not raining.
Well, if it's raining, Coxie's holding the umbrella.
Press like on the videos. James Wynell. Press like it, everybody.
I don't know. I don't go into all that. You know me. I'm not egoed. I don't need the likes, but
press that.
I'll tell you. Hang on. I'm just waiting for it to load. 51. 51.
Yeah. Get the 70.
This alone
gets 100.
This alone deserves a like, just for the fact he's, purposely put himself.
200 last night, didn't we, Cuff? 200 likes nearly on last night's show.
We did. Nearly 3,000 views, loads of comments. Love it when the comments come in.
Ben Adams' chair. What a chair he's got.
Didn't
Oh,
the
he's
forum
like-
say we'd disappear once crowds went back to football?
He's like a Bond villain. He sits there in his big chair with a glass of, I don't know, let's say rum.
yeah.
He just needs a white cat on his lap
Yeah,
and a
yeah,
cigar.
Yeah.
And he just to say, I want £1 million, Bond. And he'd be a Bond villain. He really would. Absolutely great look, Ben. Love you. See you tomorrow. Right, we're done. He's the mogul. What are you today?
They're called
The
Jester.
elf.
The
The
elf.
elf. See, he says
Naughty
Jester,
elf.
you say elf. Make your minds up.
An elf. It's an elf.
Christmas elf.
You're an elf.
Crunch your
Santa's
claws.
little helper.
Crunch your claws.
Crunch
elf.
Crunch your claws. The patron saint of tickets and bed sheets.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Freezer.
What were you drinking?
Ince pies. Beautiful. Duncan,
Where
big
can I get
Duncan, if
that?
you're in the chat, I'm looking forward to collecting the beers next week for me and Gov. I think he forgot the guy out there.
No, he don't drink.
Duncan's already sent me some beers before.
He don't drink.
Much
He's
appreciated.
teetotal. You know that. Matt never touches anything like alcohol.
Tonight I had South African wine on the go. I go around the globe with these wines, let me tell you.
You do. Which is quite funny because you never leave Essex normally. So anyway, talk to me.
We're on a journey, looking back on the things that we've taken for granted, but feels like we're learning